and welcome back to Scout Talk, everyone. Today's episode will be catching you up on the Tarkov news. It's been a couple of weeks, feels like, at least for me. I've been sick, had a crazy-ish, kind of a big cold front come in and winter storm over here in the States, all over the place, and got some snow. Nothing really crazy this time around, but yeah, catching you up on Tarkov IRL. Giga's got something planned. Can't wait to hear what that's about. Psycho Sniper. Lord only knows what trauma Giga's had gone through for that. Oh God, New Bloods update for Deadlock. Pretty excited to talk about that. Who remembers Ratchet and Clank? Because I sure heckin' do. We'll talk about that. And then we'll close out with some Fallout TV show discussion thingy.
And maybe some other random stuff if we get time. But if not, it's no big deal. So yes, it's been a while since we talked about EFT stuff. It does feel like it's been a while. Yeah, we've just either been like scheduling like issues and all sorts. I feel like everything. I'm just trying to do like so many different things at the moment. I'm like pulled in a million different directions, but getting some stuff done, which is good. But we'll just quickly whip through some Tarkov things. There's not actually that much news really, which is quite handy. It's not much that's happened over the last like 2 weeks, I would say, which is good. Main things are the Christmas event has ended. It's still snowy, but there's no tree. So the tree is gone finally. They said they was going to go on a certain day, and then they didn't do it. And then I think they wanted to bundle it up with some other patch stuff. And then, so it ended up going like a few days later than they'd actually said. So people got a bit of extra time, which is quite nice. They made a couple of small changes. So the first one is Test Drive Part 2 that they snuck in. They didn't say to anybody, but people have noticed it as they've been going through on the test drives. So for those of you who don't bother doing them, the first one was the old M1A task, which is now the SR25. The second one used to be the SR2M. This one is now the MP5SD, which actually a lot of people have considered since the changes have happened that the MP5SD quest is actually more difficult. The MP5SD is considered a worse gun than the SR2M. The ammo is actually kind of harder to get and like not as good. The fire rate is slightly lower. And the sight that was required for the MP5SD was this one of the Aimpoint Pros or something, and it's got the two like flip up end caps on it. So and the actual reticle itself is really thick. Like I've seen a lot of people saying it's a shame in EFT because of the way that the single eye thing works and how it works IRL with like two eyes and whatever. That a lot of the good sights in real life end up actually being really bad sights in Tarkov, and like vice versa, because like in Tarkov the like flimsy sights with really thin surrounds end up being the ones that are good because you can actually see people like through them, whereas in real life that's not a problem because you can still see them with the other eye, etc., etc. So anyway, apparently they have gotten rid of this sight requirement for the MP5SD. So now you can use any sight you like. So you still have to use the MP5SD, still has to be done on interchange. Oh god, it's going to test my memory now. Interchange, streets, and ground zero. With the MP5SD, but you don't have to use this sight anymore, so you can use whatever you want. You can just go irons, you can use the SRO, you can use Delta Point, anything you want, which makes it a bit easier. I mean, I actually didn't find this quest like that hard necessarily because you just need to hit a headshot, right? And sometimes you want to aim, but you just can't really target find with this sight is the issue. It's like difficult to swap targets from one to the other. But the other way that you can do it is you can just stick a laser on and just point fire people until they die. So that's one thing, and then you avoid the whole sight in its entirety. So that's a little bit easier. I'm past this anyway. I'm actually on test drive 3, and I'm going to be carrying on with that a bit later today because I have finally finished all the bolty stuff, which we'll talk about in a bit. So the other main change is shoreline. They've finally gotten around to changing some of the shoreline spawns. So the old spawns, the old spawns used to be able to spawn like anywhere around the outside, and there used to be the God spawn, which is the one on like the very north side of the map, which was where the new smugglers camp is, and you could just run straight into the resort. Well, they got rid of that when they added smugglers camp because presumably they thought it was unfair that somebody could just spawn up there with all the loot. But the issue is that kind of then crunched up all the other spawns around the outside and turned Shoreline into the Thunderdome that it is today, where on the east side it's like 4 spawns all next to each other, and then on the west side it's like somebody who spawns on the low ground by the like mayor's house and can just get shot at from the ridge line over by past the lighthouse. Is like kind of crazy. So they've gone and adjusted that and moved a few of them around the edge, so now you can spawn like further along, closer to the resort, up above the resort, up sort of towards the what do you call it, the Red Rebel extract. So there's one that is kind of near the smugglers camp and stuff. So there's like a few, and there's a few more that are quite close to pier now. Apparently you can spawn like basically at pier, which is fine because it's not like
Oh,
crazy loot
I
there. I actually think this is a
see.
lot better. Like I think the BSG are a lot less worried these days about like the loot. It's like as long as you don't spawn in resort, then you still have to travel there a little bit. Like some people are going to get there earlier than others, but that happens
Yeah.
anyway with the spawns as they are now. So it's kind of all you're doing is shortening some of the time for people to get there. So I actually think it's quite good. There were some reports. There's some of them in the bottom right where apparently you could spawn in, and I think it depended maybe on what your like your rep stance was because I'm kind of going off in a bit of a tangent here, but I believe that in certain circumstances, I think this is based just off what I've read, so I don't know if this is actually true, but that the guards at RUAF on shoreline for terminal share aggro in some sense with the rogues, maybe. And so if
Mhm.
you've been like on lighthouse and you come to shoreline and you spawn down there, you could get like insta-gibbed by the by the border guys
Oh
up on the
god.
terminal who would just like insta kill you at spawn because you're like stood around it. Something like that. I don't know. I heard a few reports of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, it certainly looks better. I've not actually played Shoreline since, um, so I don't know really. But some people have said it's better. Other people have said that it's like just as bad as it used to be. So I'm not
Mm.
really sure. I mean, it's hard. And I know in this like very bad scab one that we've got, he was basically saying like, why don't we just have them like scattered randomly throughout the actual map, like in the last picture.
Oh, okay. I was
Um,
wondering what these I was gonna ask you what these other slides
Yeah,
were.
that was like his suggestion. Yeah, whereas the first one is like everyone around the edge. The problem is fundamentally there's probably just too many players to be able to make it so that every spawn is separate from another spawn and you can't see another spawn immediately.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
actually
you
interesting looking at these maps.
yeah, I mean it's like a combination of map design and then you need like you need I don't know, you need like an intuitive system if you want it to be random and not preset. Like
Yeah,
typically you have
and it's
a
hard, right?
yeah, because typically you have like a square, like a rectangle map, and you spawn one team on one side, and the other team on the other side.
Mm.
Or then you have like a free for all game mode where just everyone spawns at random fixed points, and it's kind of like whatever. But this is like you're like locking in for a hopefully a 40-minute raid. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it really sucks when you spawn 2 minutes in and you die instantly. Like it's not fun. So
Yeah,
you need to like take into
and
account like a really smart system would be like, okay, if someone spawns here, then these spawns are like blocked out. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they do that nowadays. Maybe, but
I think there's some basic versioning of that. But like doing a dynamic system where there's not like fixed spawn points. The problem is that in some of them like some are better than others, and it depends on the range too. It's not like you can just easily put a system in saying, "Oh well, if you can spawn somebody outside of this range," because on some maps, even spawning somebody 300 meters away in the same sight line is bad, right? So it's like it's
yeah,
not necessarily immediately obvious to
yeah.
some algorithm unless you design it really well, like what's a good spawn and what's not a good spawn. And I feel like because I actually kind of went through this with Psycho Sniper, and again, I'll talk about that in a bit, but it's sort of relevant here. Like trying to pick the map that you're going to do that quest on, you want consistency. Like you don't want to get 4 kills in to your 5, right? Because you're not allowed to die in Psycho Sniper. You don't want to get 4 kills in, and then you're like, well, I need another kill. Like, where am I going to go? You have to think very carefully about which map you're going to choose, and you're pretty much choosing the map not necessarily because of the amazing opportunities for sniping, but you're like picking the map because of I'm going to try and pick the map that like minimizes the variance of me just getting killed off spawn, right? Because I'm going
Yeah.
to end up in CQB with some random dude. It's one of the reasons why I just couldn't pick Shoreline. So I
Mm.
did this, but I did it before the map changed with the spawns, and so I didn't. And to be fair, it was untested anyway, so I wouldn't have tried. But from all the different maps that I did try to play, I do still feel that like woods and customs probably the most fair actually in terms of spawns. Like you very rarely die off
Yeah.
spawn on either of those two
Yeah.
maps
Yeah.
for various reasons. Like woods is quite undulating, and there's actually a lot of. It's like I've said before. There's a lot of blocking of sightlines with just trees. So even if you do spawn close-ish to
Mhm.
somebody else, you can't necessarily see them straight away, so you don't know they're there. So you end up walking into each other. You can still like bump into people pretty quickly on woods if you're not, if you both walk towards each other, it's doable. You can
Yeah.
actually find each other quite fast, but there's a lot of stuff that blocks sightlines and things, unlike the big empty areas on shoreline. And the same with customs. Like customs is big enough, and it's got people spawning like all the way around the edge and quite far away from each other. You like have one guy in the bottom left corner of Big Red, and then you've got a guy who spawns at Crack House. Well, like they can't see each other easily without running at
Mhm.
each other. And then there's a guy who spawns up by the bridge. Maybe somebody who spawns up towards dorms. And then you've got the guys on the other side, which are who like miles away. You've got someone on the other side of dorm, someone up in the top corner, like and then there's a big hill in between, and there's walls and buildings and whatever. Like those maps actually feel pretty fair. Whereas some of the others are they're compromised for one reason or another. Like interchange is okay. It's better now than it was actually because it's like wider on both sides.
Yeah.
So it is actually a bit better, but it still has some like sticky ones. Reserve has got it's got two where you spawn in the bunker underground, and it's just like there's only one way out. People know, and people spawn like kind of in sight line of that, so you can get shot at immediately. Shoreline we just talked about. Obviously, factory is just like crazy because it's so small. And then where else even is there? Streets has got some pretty obnoxious spawns as well because it's so
Cinema.
alleyway based. Yeah, and the same with Ground Zero. It's like it's also tough. So yeah, this doesn't leave that many choices. But I mean, I'm glad they're looking at it. Yeah, and Lighthouse too. We won't even talk about that map, right?
Wow, I mean that do we even have to
It's a
mention?
given. It's just a given. Yeah.
What are
So
the
yeah. So no, we'll see.
what's the on this diagram here? What's the green circles blips indicate? Anything? Is that just like someone just went crazy with the color here? Color there? I don't
Uh,
know.
I'm actually not sure.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you knew because I was just like looking at it, I'm like, what? Why? Like, what does that mean?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know actually.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not sure what that green blob is. Yeah, I'm
that's
not
it.
sure. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, so yeah, play it and see what you think, see if it's any better. I'm not sure if it will be really, but I mean, people are spaced out a little bit more, so it's a little bit better by definition. But yeah, well, time will tell, and hopefully they start having a look at some of the other maps as well. We will see. So we've had a little bit of a tease of a crossover or some kind of collaboration coming at some point. We don't really know when this is happening, but it looks like something is happening with Escape from Duckov. I've actually not played
Hmm.
Escape from Duckov. I know lots of people say they really like it. It had a lot of people playing it. It was like, I mean, it's one of those games. It's not designed to be like a live service, everlasting game. I don't think, anyway. So we had like a ton of
Mhm.
people playing it, had a lot of interest. People, Tarkov 1.0 was coming or whatever, and people looking for alternatives and something fun to play, a bit more lighthearted. And I had a lot of players at one point, which now I think is ebbed away a bit. But they posted this picture saying, "Our duckling has found a final hint in JLab, but it raises more questions." And it's like, a duck killer with some like a real Tagilla, I guess,
Mhm.
something like that. And then Nikita and the Battle State team also posted. He posted, "I love ducks. What can I say?" on his own one, and then they officially posted, "A wild hunt is about to begin. Will you come prepared to shoot birds or the one being hunted?" So there's something coming with Escape from Duckov. It seems we don't know what yet. It's not been announced, and that's basically all the news. The only other thing that I wanted to talk about, I've got a couple of these things to show off because I actually really like these, which is the Tarkov IRL. So in the past, we've had a couple of different locations that have been shown that have been shown off as being modeled on real places, and that's one of the reasons why they feel as real as they do. So we've had in previously people have been to the Ultra Mall, seen like the Ultra Mall where that actually is in around St. Petersburg. There's the cinema on Streets, which is a real place as well. People know about that. And then there's
Mm.
the resort, which has apparently actually been pulled down. It's like some old health resort thing, but apparently it's been pulled down now. I think Bake Easy went
Yeah, I
to be
remember
one
that.
time.
Yeah.
He actually, yeah, and there's like a YouTube video where he like actually went around. They like broke in and went around like the old resort. It's like actually really cool. It's like going
Yeah,
in the
that
building,
was
like it's
cool.
completely derelict, right? The thing's like falling apart. But one of the is he the lead art guy? He's actually got a little bobblehead thing in the game now, one of the Funko Pops. He's the art lead at Battle State, and he's posted quite a few things recently. It's like little teasers and various things. So the first one, no guesses as to which location this is.
I mean,
This
that's
is
gotta be ground zero.
uh, yeah. So the real big red building with all of the stuff in the background and the rail line. It's
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
this is like where they've taken the inspiration from. It's cool. There's like that big platform, which is called the seat, and then the trains, and then the wall, and then like another train line. Like you can kind of see the idea at least.
Yeah,
They've
no,
sort
it
of
is
taken that.
very cool.
Yeah, I like seeing like where they took it from because, and I think that's how they didn't just like make it up or like, oh, we're gonna build a map, we've got like map symmetry in mind or balance or anything like that. Like that's why the map design is so good, is because they've taken inspiration from real places. It doesn't feel like you're in somewhere that's been like
Yeah.
set up. You're in somewhere that feels like a real location, which is actually super super cool. So yeah, so that's Big Red. I mean, it's just like plonked in the middle, and then they've like done the rest of the map around the outside. I mean, obviously the trailer park bit, there's like a bunch of trailers around the outside, but it's more like shipping container stuff rather than like self store. Maybe there's a self store bit nearby. I don't know, but it's not in the pictures. But anyway, you can kind of see the inspiration from that one. Then the next one that we have is, which one was this? Oh yes, another iconic building. This one is the Shoreline weather station building, which is like, I mean, it's pretty much exactly one for one. I think they've
Yeah.
copied this thing
Pretty
of like
amazing.
almost exactly like the big tall tower, and then the little building, like the administration building, which is next to it. I don't know if there's a. I mean, yeah, there's like maybe they changed the stairs a little bit, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's
But
pretty much the
still,
same thing.
that's like, yeah. Oh, that's yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, I do love it. So that's that one. Then the next one is, I've never seen these before. Like I didn't know that these things
Yeah,
were
me
all like, I
neither.
I kind of suspected, but like I never knew whether, like, people have found them on Google Maps and stuff. So it's we've that's the ones that we've had in the past, but like these guys obviously know because they were doing it themselves. So this was the lighthouse tower. I'm not sure exactly where this is, but this is on some like outcrop kind of thing. The old lighthouse tower. Uh, it just is that. So that's Mr. Lightkeeper out on his rock across the edge, which is where we had that little shoreline expansion a long time ago, and I still think is underused, but never mind. And then the final one is
Aha, ground
this
zero.
one, which is Ground Zero. Yeah, so this is the underground parking area of
Hmm.
Ground Zero. And I think, like, if you see the last picture, it does actually say Empire. So I think the buildings are actually named like the same, or at least like similarly to um, what they are in game. Because I know that there is a building called Empire. It's above the street level, above here, which is kind of neat. So yeah, it's like some more inspiration. I watch this. I follow this guy on Twitter and watch out for the things that he says,
Mm-hmm.
because I just like the stuff he posts. He posts all sorts of interesting things like that, which I like to see. It's like, not impactful, but it's good to see. There's some other stuff as well. If you're interested, you can go on his Twitter. It's Elvis_Vista, spelt how you'd imagine it would. There's like the level design block out for like the arena tutorial and like a few other things. Like, it's pretty cool. So yeah, recommend checking him out. And as I said, he's got a Funko Pop in game as well, so you can find that now. The only other one that they posted recently was from Tarkov Basement Guy, which is a some kind of meme site. Lots of people have like looked at this site and gone, "Man, like this is how you monetize the game. You guys should just like sell this directly. It's like proper pay to lose because the site's
Oh,
like
it's
garbage. But if you, it's
the
like it's
LoJack.
this like the yeah, like the meme. There's like the Spider-Man pointing meme inside the site, like pointing to the reticle. Like, they're just, it's so good. It's like, oh guys, like if you're messing around with this stuff, like you may as well, I don't know, do something, like bring it in. It would just be funny, right? It would just be really, really funny. So I do like the stuff they do. They do have a good mess around with their art and whatnot. I do like the Tarkov basement guy. He posts quite a lot of funny stuff. So yes, which is quite neat. Um, the only other thing that I wanted to touch on, sort of related to Tarkov, is there was a few posts going around, maybe at the end of last week, about BattlEye and about Marathon, because it was saying like Marathon uses BattlEye. It was going to use the BattlEye anti-cheat, same software that Bungie is using for Destiny, and like people were just complaining about BattlEye and saying, this is a real L. Like every game that uses BattlEye is infested with cheaters and yada yada. Why does everybody use BattlEye? And like, why? How have they gotten away with scamming the AAA industry for, utilizing BattlEye in all these games? And kind of just reminded me of like, the ongoing cheater fight, and about how, my discussions with Andrew over at PlaySafe ID, where
Mm.
we've talked in the past about how the issue is that, and I actually put a post out about this myself, that you know you can't really blame the anti cheats, to be honest, because the person who you could to think that they're doing like a bad job on purpose is like just crazy because like whichever company would come up with a perfect solution to anti-cheat would make like $1 billion, right? So it just doesn't make any sense to think that they're like not trying. But the problem is that the battle is not symmetric. So the cheaters, the system is put in place, and then the cheaters
Yeah,
have
it's right, right.
and infinite tries to try and break the system. Right? It's like building the lock is much harder than creating something to unbreak the lock. Do you know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like doing the security. It's like it's what is it? The missile is always more powerful than the shield, kind of thing. Or the arrow is more powerful than the shield. It's like it's easier to be the aggressor than it is to be the defender. And in
Mm.
this case, you have infinite tries. You try and you get banned and you buy another account. Like and it's a business, right? So the price of a game is actually very small for another try. So they spoof all the hardware, whatever, buy another game, and then try again and try again. And you can try many tens of times on your solution until you find a new route in, and then that's the new route through. You only have to be successful once, whereas
Yeah.
the anti cheat has to be successful every time, otherwise it fails, right? So it's an asymmetric fight, unfortunately, and it harkened back to reason why I brought up Andrew from PlaySafe was because
Mhm.
that's like what they're trying to do, trying to whatever you think about the system, but they're trying to make it so that you can only try one time, and you have to have it linked to like something real. And obviously we've had conversations about this before, but it reminded me that they actually did kind of on the lowdown. I would say they actually did integrate with their first game, which a lot of
Oh.
people may not realize because they did it very quietly, and they have actually integrated with Scum
Oh, that's
as their
interesting.
first integration, which is interesting. So they actually have. I was almost tempted to buy the game just to like try it
Hmm.
because like I don't know. I was just like I've seen the Scum around. I never played it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think they've got two servers running because Scum's like server based, I believe, like
Oh,
old
is
school
it? I
DayZ.
wasn't sure. Okay.
So you have to be. I think like every server is independent. So your progress is like locked to a particular server. So you have to like start again to play on a PlaySafe ID server, and they've got like two permanent servers running, I think, for PlaySafe, something like that. Anyway, so it's interesting that they've actually like started because a lot of people thought they would never get into anything.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I think it's interesting that they've like they are now in a game. So this is like the first stepping
Yeah,
stone.
they're
So
in
we'll
a
see. We'll see
game.
what happens. So I'm like, I was half intrigued to try it because it's like Scum's one of those games that's sort of like I don't really know much about, but it's sort of Tarkov
Mhm.
adjacent in like a generalistic survivally kind of like
Yeah. It's a
rusty
survival game.
daisy sort of first persony kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. So we'll just have to watch out, see what happens with them, see if they do any more stuff. Like I don't know. One of the biggest problems that they've got actually is that the worst it'll ever be is the first day they get integrated because like people could still just be cheating, and then it's only when they get caught by the anti-cheat and then banned that's when they can't come back, right? But like on day
Right.
one, anybody who has like an account of any kind can just play to begin with and
Yeah.
verify, right? So it's only after the first ban that they get kicked out. So like the day one is actually probably the worst it could be because it's not like they're changing game code. It's not like they have to rewrite the cheat engines for
Right,
it or anything.
right.
Right? It's running on the same game. Um, it's just that there's that extra like verification layer in there.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of watching it. I wouldn't say like super closely, but I'm sort of like keeping an eye out for what people say because it's not like Scum's not a massive. Actually, how many players does Scum even have?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's like you said, it's not massive.
Yeah, I don't like. I see it. It comes across my radar very occasionally. Let's have a look.
It's a
Steam
little.
charts.
I think the name I associate with is scuffed, scum, scuffed. Usually the
You know what? It's like 17,000 players.
that's actually
That's
more.
honestly more than I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it's gonna be like 10K at most.
Yeah, like their peak hours. I mean, yeah, in the last 7 days, they peaked at 17, 17. I mean, it's pretty consistent actually. 19. Yeah,
Okay,
so the weekend is a bit higher. 20K over the weekend. All right, fair enough. Yeah,
that's a
it's like
lot
me and my
better
friends
than.
we were
Because I
looking
was
at another
like,
game recently, and we were like, "Oh man, the play base is so low though. Like, you don't want to play that game." And that was the main thing
yeah,
that I was thinking. Like, oh, does anyone actually play Scum? But like, apparently they do.
I was. I was a little like, oh, the first company they went or first game studio they went with was like Scum. Like, oh, like it's not. It's a bit like saying like, yeah, we partnered with like I don't know. I can't even think of some like very off brand. You know what I mean? It's not like a big game. So I was because that's kind of where I would want the. You need like a big player base
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
and
can't imagine they
volume.
can just like get in on a big game straight away. That's probably why it's like going to be a bootstrapping thing. I imagine they get in with someone like
Yeah.
Scott. There's actually like that seems like decent player base to try it out on. Also, you don't want to like you kind of don't want to integrate with like somebody huge and then it like not work
Yeah, you don't want that either. But like you want
because like
something
that's the
like
end. You know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. You don't want like a
So I don't know.
Wish.com. I mean, it's not even like Wish.com. It's just like, you just want something. Anyways, the point is like it's bigger
Mm,
than what I thought it was gonna be. So that's actually really good. So
yeah.
the only thing is it's server side. Like I want to see something. Obviously, give it time. But in the future, yeah, I definitely want something that's more like universal. Like if this play safe thing is gonna work, it needs to be like a seamless thing. Like I want it to be like super easy.
I think it is. I mean, that's what almost why I was like tempted to just like try it because I was like
Hmm.
interested to see what do you have to do.
But I mean,
I don't
like
think it's really that difficult, but
this is like more like per server basis. Like I want like a universal. Like I want them to be in the
yeah.
game, or it's like you know how like a Dota you had to put in your phone number. I want
Mhm.
something like this, like where it's like just integrated, like it's all like one package, like boom. You know what I mean? No like individual servers. It's like the company and then you. Company as in like the game providing live service, not like the
Yeah.
individual server owners, people making their own
I guess it
servers and
depends on the
stuff.
type of game. I guess it depends on the game style. Because like with EFT, for example, you'd be you'd be done at like an account. I mean, your account is. I wonder how it actually works in Scum. Because in EFT, like your account itself is like PlaySafe account or whatever, and then it just
Yeah.
matches you against other PlaySafe accounts, and
Hmm.
that's the end of it. There's no like no servers to it, so to speak. It just like when you play, it spins up a server and only matches you with like PlaySafe people. So
Yeah.
with Scum, yeah, it is a bit different. I guess like you've got a PlaySafe account, and then
You
I
gotta find a
imagine you
play safe server,
probably
is what I'm
yeah, I
getting
imagine you
at.
probably can. So
Yeah.
like yeah, once you've got your account like verified, then you're allowed into a PlayStation. You can probably play on non PlayStation server, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But like
yeah.
you're only allowed into the server if you have the authorization from the PlaySafe system or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. This is more like
So it's a bit
a
different. I guess yeah, it depends on the game, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is like I want like a instead of like a third party add on, I want like, hey, we're like full on, marriage and like we are play safe in High Guard or whatever stupid ass Chungus game is coming out lately. You know what I mean? Whatever stupid ass game's gonna microtransaction me of freaking skins and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure that's all in the future down the road. I mean, they've already done the hard part, which is acquiring the first customer. So
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
it's
So
only a
we'll
matter of
see.
time.
I just thought it was interesting to mention because yeah, as I said, they've just been like quiet about it, I think, and
Hmm.
testing stuff and making sure it all works. And
I think
so
it's
yeah,
great
I'm keeping
too. I
keeping
feel
keeping
like
my eyes
the big
peeled.
mistake is like, guys, we just did this amazing. You know what I mean? Like trying to like generate fake marketing hype. Like I'm glad.
Hmm.
It seems like I don't know. I got kind of good hopes about the studio. It's like you remember that one. We're a little bit of a tangent, but you remember that freaking what was it even? I can't even remember what it's called. That stupid like time splitter, not time splitter, but you, like travel through walls, and it's a first person shooter.
Splitgate.
Yeah, Splitgate. We're like we're making FPS great again. It's like this, just like this cringe marketing, and it put everyone off. And, like the
Yeah,
game is like rebooted 3 times now. I think it's just like you guys are
I'm
trying
a bit
way
sad
too
about that one.
hard.
Yeah,
Like.
I don't really feel it's weird. I don't feel any like animosity. I feel like I'm sort of seeing it from the outside.
Mhm.
I don't really want to necessarily play an arena shooter, so that's why I'm not really that bothered. But yeah, they've tried it like a couple of times. I feel like it sort of feels so random sometimes, but they haven't been able to break. I think it's called Splitgate Arena Reloaded now or something.
Yeah,
And like a lot of people have
they
said the
tried
game's
it.
actually quite good
Yeah.
or something, but like it's got like 1,000 concurrent players and that's it.
Mhm.
Like, I sort of feel sorry for them. There's a lot of people clowning on them about like, yeah, their marketing, like the CEO like saying various stupid things. Did he have a hat or something? I don't. I
Yeah, I
remember
think he
like
had
seeing
a
stuff
dumb
by
hat.
osmosis.
It was
What's the
yeah.
hat? What was the hat? Oh,
I
it's just
it
a
might have
make
been on the
FPS great
hat.
again hat.
Yeah, yeah. I think he also
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just like one of the it's just like he's just like very you know what I mean? It's like this fake marketing thing. Like it's like he's trying so hard to be, hey, what's up, skater kids? You know, I'm cool and hip. You know what I mean? It's just like if this is what the PlaySafe did, like guys, we're gonna
yeah,
change the world with this. We just loaded in Scum, where it's like the next evolution of like cheatless gaming is coming. You know what I mean? It'd just be like, bro, this ain't it. Like cut.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, it kind of has to
then
impact you
you
in some
just
ways over
like
the
it
long
just
term when
gives off
you're like, oh,
like
who are these guys? Like, what's happened? And it's just like, oh, they've just like silently integrated in like all these random things.
yeah, and like keeping their head
And it's
down,
just
like
like just slowly
working.
churning away in the background, like, and they're just like, yeah,
Yeah,
this thing's
yeah,
just
yeah,
good and it
yeah, yeah.
works.
Like
Yeah, it's kind
then
of
once
cool.
you have like the proof to put in, then you can like give me a little like cheesy marketing
Mm.
spin. But like you can't be coming out the gate with like the New Yorky salesman, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple of guys doing a video game, you know, it's gonna change the world, you know. Come on, buy in, you know. It's like okay.
They say they were going to beat COD as well or something at some point. I feel like I remember
I
I've seen
don't
like various
know,
quotes of
man.
people just like bashing on these people. I feel a bit sorry for them, but yeah, maybe they had it coming. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I did see something where like he was like, yeah, you know, it didn't work out, made some mistakes. So maybe, you know, maybe it's just a learning experience, but yeah, it was rough, I remember. Anyways,
Anyways,
tangent over.
anyways.
What's next?
hmm Okay, so we'll finish off. Should we finish off Tarkov stuff before we move on to like other random things?
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness. So I did finally finish Psycho Sniper. It has taken me a long time. I am not good at this quest. It has become apparent to me. I was like trying to just understand the mechanism
Mhm.
behind this mission and like break it down into kind of its like game blocks, or it's like, you know, the logic behind it, because there's like plenty of people who are just like, you know, oh, just do this or just do that. I'm like always leaning on the just very, very heavily, right? And it's just like, you know, they're either very, very good or it's like their play style or whatever. And it's just like, well, I could just say just complete all the other quests, right?
Yeah.
Because like I find them relatively easy, but like that doesn't help people who are having issues. Um, so I was like trying to like break it down to its baseline and being like, okay, what is actually fundamentally so hard about this quest? Well, obviously you're like outgunned if you get spotted by people, right? Because you're using bolt action. But it's compounded doubly because with Shooterborn in Heaven, you can just like you need to do a lot of kills for
Slowly.
Shooterborn, and yeah, you can slowly chip away, and you're always getting incremental progress. Because
Yeah.
the worst you can do is just stay where you are. Whereas with Psycho Sniper, you can go backwards very easily because you have to get the 5 kills and you have to survive through the whole thing, and then you have to extract. And then honestly, they're like commiserating people with me on Twitter of like the number of people who've got 5 kills and they've been killed on the way to extract and stuff. It's just like because the quest says it's complete, and people know at this point that it doesn't. It's quite, you know, if you're getting that far and you're trying Psycho Sniper, you're usually plugged in enough to the community that you realize that that is the way it works. It works
Mhm.
the same way for bullshit and that meds one as well. They're like kill 3 scouts without using any meds. It's like these quests that complete and they say they're done in the quest log, and then you do the thing, and
Yeah.
then it fails, right? It's like a classic one of those. So there's a number of people who've just like died to like random crap after the 5th kill. Um, so yeah, but it became apparent fairly quickly that like the not dying part of the quest is actually like 80% of the quest.
Yeah.
Actually, like you can go and get as many opportunities as you like, but getting 5 kills in a row really does require, unless you're going to spend like hours and hours and hours doing it organic. Because like a few people came in just being like, why don't you just like take a bolty with you and just do it while you're doing other stuff? I'm just like, no, because you have to play completely differently. Like the whole game changes. Like you can't go anywhere remotely risky. Like at the beginning, sure, like maybe the kill number 1 or 2, sure. Like, and there are some people with the strategy of like, you know, you go to factory, you get 2 kills, and then or 3 kills even, and then you leave and you go and do the the last 2 at a long range in the places that are a bit safer. And that's all well and good. That's fine. But I even found that like very difficult. I think maybe there's some luck to it. there's also like the times that you play, that kind of stuff. But like I tried factory like maybe 12 times. I think I chalked up like 2 kills in total. Like people kept saying like, yeah, dude, you got to go try it this time. Like try it with this kit or that kit or the other kit, like Ultin and this and that and the other. Like at one time, like I had some guy shooting at me with the SR2M. I'm shooting at him with the Marlin from point blank because it's just like this is the the fastest fire rate bolt action in inverted commas, and he's got an Ultin on too. And eventually he just kills me through the Alton because it's just like ding 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 ding, and I just can't I can't keep up at all with the Marlin, right? Like there's no way I'm getting through. It's 41 pen or something through class 5. It's just like it's not gonna happen. You have to hit them like 9 times. So that's like a full Marlin and another. You'd have to bring 2 Marlins and unload them both into the guy's head. Like it's but the guy's got an SR2M, it's just not gonna happen, especially with the throat hitbox and all the other stuff. So it's just crazy. So in the end, like I slowly devolved down into slime swamp, the lowest common denominator of like Tarkov gaming, and I ended up playing customs night for a while because I felt that there was enough people and also enough spots, and that the aforementioned spawns were fair enough to mean that I wasn't just going to die off the rip. And I got to 4 on customs.
Wow.
Missed an opportunity on some guy and let him go when I probably shouldn't have, but I was on 4 and I was like, it's not the perfect like opportunity.
Oh,
And then
really?
the following raid got shot through a window by some guy who was like, it was I would say a 80-20 situation where it's like maybe the guy was really paranoid. Yes, he was also doing the sniping mission. Like, yes, I was in a spot that's like kind of known, but also like like I was stationary, right? And I didn't see the guy on my screen. And people
Mhm.
went back in the VOD and were just like, okay, I can just about see where he is in the VOD, just. And he like left lean peeked me with a DVL and shot me through a window. And it's like, even then I'm still only 20% that it was like some weirdness, but it was just like that doesn't seem okay. But bearing in mind, right, I tried, so I did Tarkov Shooter 8, which is the 3 headshots, the 3 bolty headshots without dying. I did that one already on reserve, so I got to 3 and then tried it on reserve again and got killed on reserve. So I got to 3 there, I got to 4 on customs, and I was just like, and then I tried a couple of other raids on a few other places, and it like got 1 or 2 kills and then died, or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm actually, guys, I'm just going to lose my mind here because like you have to wait around for so long to like be safe. And I think if you're in a duo as well, there's lots of people who've like done it with like a 2,
Mm.
and that's just like 10 times easier because you've got somebody who can like cover you while you get out of the
Yeah.
way if you're in a sticky spot. You've got somebody who's like full auto near you, who you can keep your head down. They're willing to sacrifice their life to save you or whatever. They can also spot for you and bring opportunities in. Like, just it makes it a lot easier. So, but being solo is like you have to be really paranoid, like uber careful. We tried all sorts of random techs actually. Like I didn't realize or hadn't really tested it fully that if you go into the green extract, you can fire it and then you can just sit in it like right on the line before extracting. So I sat in the customs one for a while. Nobody actually came, bizarrely. I hear them go off constantly all raid, and in the one raid I want to sit in there, nobody
Yeah,
comes. There's
classic.
one random duo that like crosses over because they're going to Old Gas or something, and I shot the guy at the back as he was going across the railway. Nobody else comes. I'm just like, okay. So in the end, I was just like, I'm not doing this on stream anymore because I'm just getting really frustrated.
Mm.
It's not very fun for me right now, and it's like blocking out anything else that I am doing. I can't use any of this footage for content. I'm spending 40 minutes in each raid. So if I'm streaming for like 3 hours or whatever, by the time I've queued up and gone back in, I'm literally playing like 3 raids a stream, and where I
Yeah,
like
that
maybe
that
get
does
1 or
suck.
2, maybe I get a kill. Right? It's like there's quite a few of them where I had like 35 minutes in a raid, no kills, or at most I might get 2. So it's gonna, the whole stream is gonna be that, and then I die near the end, and then it's just like, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'll start again. So it's just like, okay, this is stupid because I'm spending so long just sitting around doing nothing. So I was just like, right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do what I usually do for this kind of stuff and take the passive approach, and I'm gonna do it off stream. And I'm gonna do it while I'm doing other things. I'm either editing
Mhm.
videos or I'm like writing scripts or doing thumbnails, or whatever. And I'm gonna get myself into a place and buy an extract, and I'm just gonna extract camp people until I win.
Oh
And I
my
ended up going
god.
full bottom scraping the bottom of the barrel. And so I ended up doing it on the other map that has got sensible spawns, which is woods, classic woods at night. And I went and camped both it depended on the situation, but both the flare extract, where I got most of them because people have to stick about with the flare. They've got no gun, so it's just so you either shoot them like if they're not being
Wait.
careful, you can shoot them while they're handling the flare because they're kind of like
Yeah,
getting the
so
flare out, and some people stand still and shoot it. So
you went ahead and popped the flare so you could be in.
no, I was outside actually. I was outside the
Oh,
flare.
wow.
I was
Okay,
just by a
okay.
tree.
Okay.
Yeah, I just lay down by a tree, nods on, quad nods, completely
Oh my
silent,
god.
stationary, with like an M700 and I think an MP7. I was like fully geared, lying there
Giga
with like a
shameless.
10,000 hour account, absolutely shameless, stationary with the M700, with M80A1 that I've crafted,
Mm,
you know, just lying there. So the guys, so they'd either walk in, they'd be like all looking around, all tactical, you know, like, oh yeah. And then they'd either like stand still to fire the flare, at which point, bam, that's it, they're done.
yeah.
Or they'd like, there was quite a few people though who were like, you know, really, really paranoid. And they're like moving back and forth, they're like fire the flare, and then they run, right? And then they're off like with their gun, pull the gun back out. So with those guys, you have to wait. Once they've crossed the threshold of no return, you can just fire away
Yeah,
because there's
because
nowhere to go.
you don't care about the loot, so it's fine if they're in the extract.
So
Yeah.
they can either be in the extract or they're just like on the way there. What are they going to do? Turn around? Like there's nowhere to go, so they just have to keep going, and you just get to shoot again and again and again and again. There was a duo where I only killed one of them actually because they were like moving around all over the place, but I managed to kill the one. He tried to cover for his buddy, and I ended up shooting him, and his buddy got out. So that was one of them. Yeah, so there's like two of them that got killed, like firing the flare. One guy got killed. I think it was either one or two. Yeah, one or two got killed like on the way as they were running, and then one of them I heard a scuffle, and I actually ended up rotating to outskirts instead and saw a duo. I actually got quite lucky. There was two guys. The first guy came, and I nearly shot him, but he was moving around just a little too much, and I'd forgotten how big the extract zone had got because it's quite big now, and
Mm.
so I was like, oh, he's only just started the timer. And then I was like, right, let me line up the shot. And then he disappeared. And I was just like, oh no, I've like missed my opportunity, like waiting too long. And then his friend came in. And I was like, oh my God, thank God I didn't shoot the first guy. Like I might have ended up having to like fight this guy fairly at the extract. Like, geez, imagine that. Imagine that to fight someone. God. And this guy, and he ran straight in and lay down. And I was like, beep, bye-bye,
Oh
see you later. I'm
man.
so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss, but it sucks. Anyway, so yeah, that was it really. Just camp the extracts and oh God, got it done. But like,
So wait,
man, it's no waste.
did you because you can get some kills, leave the raid, and then come back to a different raid and have that progress carry over, right?
Yeah, so it's just you're just not allowed to die. So I have
Yeah.
kills and then leave, survive, and hand it in. You're just not allowed to die.
So how many extracts and how many raids did you camp to get it done?
It actually wasn't that bad in the end. I think I camped 2 woods raids where I didn't actually kill anyone
Okay.
because no one came to green flare.
Yeah, I mean that would happen.
And then I camped one more green flare guy. Actually, so I started recording after the first one. I thought I probably should record. Like I know I'm not streaming it, but I probably should record this anyway. So the first guy I killed, and then I left out a green flare myself. And so many people leave. And this is like the most heartbreaking thing about it, which did make me feel a little bit bad, was that so many people leave with like 1 minute 40 to go kind of thing. And I'm just like, man, like I can see this guy. I'm going to shoot him. Like, am I going to get out? Like by the time I've shot him,
Oh, that's true because you
like,
do
he's
have
popped
to
his
get
flare,
out.
like, I
Yeah.
have to leave, right? I can't go MIA. So I'm just like, man, like, come on, hurry up. Like, use the flare. I need to leave myself. There's no time to get to the other one. I've got to
Yeah.
use green flare also, right? So yeah, like quite a few of them, I think 2 of them or something were like under 2 minutes when the kill was. It's just like, oh my God. So anyway, so I killed the one. So I had 2 completely empty raids, but that was fine because I was
God,
just
that would
doing
be
other stuff. So I was just like listening. I know. I was so annoyed. So I killed the first guy, and then the raid afterwards, I actually killed 3 people. So I killed a guy who was trying to do the storyline mission
Mm.
because I spawned at the wrong place, like most of the raids actually, until the very last one. I was like hoping beyond all hope, and I got the last one. I actually was in the right place. Thank God for that. When I was on 4 out of 5, but I spawned like all the way across the other side by what's it called? UN roadblock. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had to walk past like the old railway building,
Mm-hmm.
like up past, you know, that big ridge line, like all the way through the map, because I knew where I wanted to go. I didn't want to camp the others. I wanted to camp outskirts on the flare one. And I did actually, so I heard somebody and they stopped. and then I was just stationary for like 5 minutes, and then they carried on wandering about, and they were looking because there's on that little. You probably don't know because it's new for 1.0, but because of that, down that little hill. So if you go from, I don't know, it's basically it's just as you're walking from, past the railway, and then up, you sort of make your way towards like Sniper Hill. On the side of the sort of path, just in general, there's like some bodies now and like a little cemetery thing. You have to pick up some
Yeah,
stuff for the
I've seen the
story.
7.
And
Yeah.
he was clearly looking for that.
Oh, okay.
And I like was trailing through the trees, but I couldn't quite see him. And then
Mhm.
eventually he came into the right position, and I just headshot him. So that was the first one. And then I ended up going down to the green flare, and I killed. I think was that when I killed. I can't actually remember now. I think I might have killed one of the duo, and then I moved to outskirts and killed the other guy there or something. And then the final raid was just like one random guy at green flare. So it did end up being 5 raids, but it was like 0, 0, 1, 3, and then 1. So really random. Like it just really depends on where people go. And at nighttime there's less players, so this is the thing. Like you don't want to be seen though. It's like I was like, should I do it in the day? But like people will just spot you. Like people are really paranoid around the green flare extract, right? So like I've been shot at there before. It's like probably the place I've been shot at the most. It's not often, but it's enough to make you think like, huh? And I need to be able to see them, so I need to be in sight. And the way that where I was specifically, I didn't want them running over me just in case they
Mhm.
see me and kill me. So I had to be the other side, but it means that I'm like I'm in their sight cone
Mhm.
as they're scanning around. So they may see me just lying. I wasn't exactly sure how camoed I was, but I was like, at nighttime when you've got the, when it's all the green filter, even if you put feather on, because you just lose so much like color detail, you just can't see
Yeah.
you. If you're not moving, you just can't see them. Even with quad nods, you just can't tell. Like so loads of people had quad nods on, and they just like had absolutely no idea where I was.
Yeah.
So yeah, total scum. But at least we got it done. But it's within the bounds of the game. The number of people actually, I made a post about it. Like so many people were just like, oh yeah, you went offline because you wanted to cheese it. You went offline because you wanted to use ESP. I'm just like, when do I ever get accused of using ESP? And also, it wouldn't actually help. Just like really bizarre. Just like bizarre people just like accusing me of cheating on Twitter. I'm just like, really? Like, do you ever watch my stream? Like, I'm probably the least person that has to gain anything from using cheats at all. Like, it's really weird. Like, why would I even bother? Like, it's just, if I suddenly started killing everybody, people would think that was sus. Really, really strange. People are like so just Tarkov brained that they just can't believe that anybody would want to like play the game off stream and not just subject their viewers to just like daily torture for like a week, which is basically what happened already. Just have to delete like hours and hours of just garbage footage, like gigabytes of just like useless information of me just like lying on top of buildings and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so it's done. It's done. So long story short, it's done. And that means that I am actually finished with all of the bolt action quests for Kappa. So Shooter 1 in Heaven's done, Tarkov Shooter's all done, Psycho Sniper is done. So now it's just like plain sailing through the goons, the rest of Test Drive, and then like there's a whole bunch of random quests I've got to do, like probably decontamination. I think I've probably got to stir up at some point. It's just like, but none of them are like scary. If you know what I mean? None of them are like I can do them all. I just got to sit down and do them. They're either like fetch a thing, go and grab a thing, go and kill some scavs, or kill players on different maps or whatever with like normal guns. None of this bolt action rubbish. Like the rest of it I can do. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
But I was worried about getting the Balti quest done before all the casual players leave, and that kind of has already happened.
Mhm.
Like we've accelerated towards the end game, especially because of these like drops as well. Like everybody's wearing like class 5 and 6. It just makes it really hard.
Yeah.
It's like people talking about use the AXMC. It's just like, well, if you don't have AP, which I didn't have that much. If you're using FMJ, anybody with the class 5 plus class 3, you actually won't kill them with the thorax shot. And I had that once already. Somebody
Mhm.
has the gingerbread killer armor on, and which was presumably fresh, and I just chest shot them with the FMJ round, and it's just like, and what, mate?
Yeah. So
So
wait, you've used a Marlin even in that like throughout that?
no, I used the snipe. I used the suppressed M700 for the whole
Oh,
thing.
that's right. You did say at the start. I
I just
forgot that.
headshot
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
was
Just went for the headshots. I was just like, I'm just gonna do that.
okay. So you just bit the bullet. No more Marlin.
No more Marlin. It's too loud. Yeah, needed to
Yeah.
prioritize survival. It's actually funny. For the end of Tarkov Shooter, I actually gave up on the Marlin as well. I used the Marlin on every map except for Lighthouse, and I actually swapped to the SV98 so that I was suppressed. for
Hmm.
that last one. So yeah, actually, like the further it went, the less I used the Marlin, and then I ended up not using it really for Psycho Sniper. And I did a bit of Marlin on Factory, but like I just kept like bouncing off people's helmets, running into ulting people, running into people who've just got like vectors and stuff, and it's just like impossible. Like you peek out and you just get like freaking angry bees all over you. You're just
An
it's so
angry beast,
impossible to fight
yeah.
these people. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, well, people are just like 1100 RPM. You're just like, whoa! Like I get one chance and then I get hit like 5 times just from peeking.
Yeah.
Like my arms then blacked and bleeding everywhere. It's just like, oh my god! Like it just makes it so hard. It's difficult. So yeah, so we're on the way. We're on the way now. I think I've killed all the bosses as well. I need Knight and Bird Eye for the goons, but all the rest of the bosses have done. So Killer's done, Sturman's done. The get a Sturman headshot with the TAC 30, that's done. Vishala, Gluhar, Sanitar, they're all done. So it's we're
Did
just
you did you bring a backup gun? Like, would you ever? I don't know.
for Psycho Sniper.
Yeah, because sometimes I find like if you're in this mindset, like you're doing this quest and like it's a kill quest of a specific gun or something, you're just like, well, I don't want to bring, and it's like an annoying gun, like whatever,
Mm.
bolt action. I don't want to bring an SMG because then like I gotta kill the guy. But then it's like, oh well, like what if I like need to survive and like you know what I mean? And so like I don't know,
Yeah.
what you end up doing there.
Yeah, so in that, I think you have to be disciplined and have a strategy to use the main gun first and foremost. But I think you because of how important the survival is, I think you do actually need another one. So I actually ended up using the MP7 and had that for close encounters. I did have
That's right. Yeah, you did say that. Okay.
one. I had one try on stream. I started on stream. I tried doing it off stream and then moving to on stream. So I got 2 kills off stream and then started the stream with 2. So we only had to get another 2. Another 3. And then obviously I died right afterwards. And I was just like, screw this. Like this is awful. But on that one of the two kills I had to start us off, and this was daytime woods. I was doing it trying to do it slightly quicker. I did end up MP7ing somebody because like if you get into a fight like that and you've already got a kill on the scoreboard, it's like I'd rather just kill them and not die and keep my 1 kill. Even at that point, if you've got no kills, you kind of don't have anything to lose. But as soon as you've got at least even 1 kill, it's like annoying to lose that 1 kill. So yeah, the MP7 was good for that, to just know that if I did get myself into some tricky situation, like it's unlikely, but like that other one, if I'd shot that first guy too early, and then there was like 2 other players, for example, and then they come to hunt me down for vengeance, like I've got some way of like just GTFOing without like trying to bolty them back, because then there's probably empowers people as well to run after you, right? If they can just hear you plinking at them with the bolty, they're just like, oh, this guy's done, he's done for.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
just
yeah.
run this guy over.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
if they suddenly turn around and the MP7 starts firing off, they're just like, oh crap, like maybe we can have a second thought. So yeah, I didn't end up using it in the final run. I didn't end up using it at all, but it was nice to have it with me.
I saw this video which is kind of related that you posted, and it's to you. It says
Yes.
PSA for the haters, and it's you. I don't really know what you're saying, but I guess this was the cheating accusations that
This
people
is
were.
basically what I just said.
Yeah, it's so
I was just
funny.
like, you guys need to, I basically say it's 2 minutes of me basically saying you used to go and touch grass and get good, because like I can't believe people have accused me of either cheesing it with viewers. It was really the thing, or like
Oh, cheese
like
with the
keep other people,
views. Yeah.
or like stream sniping into my own raids and then shooting people who are like not in my team was the accusation, and or using ESP, which is just like, it's just like these people's brains are addled. Like if you're accusing me of using ESP, like it's just like I don't. That's why I was just like, you guys are just you're just deranged. It's just like you're actually just deranged.
And to think these people live among us, Giga.
I know. Just honestly. So anyway, that's why I was just like, I was just astounded, and I was like, I'm just gonna try. And I am still on a little bit of a an X push as well. So I was just like, let's put up something kind
a
of
little spicy.
just see what happens. A little spicy, see what happens. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting experiment at the same time. Like I'm sort of experimenting with X/Twitter to because you can get monetized on that platform, but it's been an
Mhm.
interesting experience, like trying to make posts that do well over there.
Mhm.
It's yeah, it's an
Rage Bait
interesting
Giga.
experience.
Let's
Kind
go.
of,
New
yeah,
art.
but kind of you gotta sort of like, I don't want to be,
Too
I
obvious,
don't want to
right?
be yeah, it's like, you gotta, you can kind of like do stuff that's like interesting at
A
least and
very
like worth reading
fine rage
without
bait.
just being like pure slop. Yeah, exactly. It's
You
like
know,
a fine line. So,
a very
but it's
refined
also,
rage baiter.
I mean, it's good. It's making me think more about stuff that when I see stuff, I'm just like, would this make a good tweet? Could I make people laugh?
Mhm.
Could I make people, feel something? But it's quite a good like practice. Like the one good thing about, because it's all content creation at the end of the day. So flexing those muscles. Like one of the issues with YouTube is that you only make so many videos, whereas on Twitter, it's like it's very quick, it's very fast. So you get to
Mhm.
try, like you get to iterate many more times than you
Yeah,
do on
that's true.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting, like thinking up what would a hook be for this, or like what would be an
Mhm.
engaging thing to post on the back of this, or like what's something funny, because I actually don't really get the chance to do that much like comedy in my videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas if what's like a real one line zinger that I could like repost that's relevant to the Tarkov community, like stuff like funny stuff like that. So it's quite like it's quite nice to have something a little bit different to do. So that's been interesting. But yeah, you have to get the biggest blocker actually. I actually have the impressions, but the biggest blocker is that you need 500 blue tick mongrels to get yourself monetized. So you
What do you
basically
mean?
need, so you need like 500 blue ticks to follow you.
Oh,
So I have
what?
6,300 followers,
That's so
but I only
weird.
have 287 people who pay for Twitter following me. And I need another 213 blue tick gremlins to
Mhm.
follow me on. So if you have a blue tick over on Twitter, do me a favor and go and follow me. Anybody who's listening, if you do actually pay for Twitter for whatever reason. In fairness, there are actually better reasons in these days to pay for it than before. I paid for it because like there was always the content creation angle to it. Previously I never really intended to like get monetized there or anything, so I didn't really pay
Mhm.
much attention. But you can't stream on X unless you pay for it. So you have
Mhm.
to be a premium user, otherwise you can't stream there. And so I was like, well, I'll stream there as a test because I can literally just duplicate my Twitch stream and just push it there. I may as well try it. Why not? That ends up like not really working at all. But then they released Grok to people who were paying for Twitter as well. So I was just like, well, I guess I'll just use their AI at the same time just to see what that's about. Just like I'm in a sort of mode of just try everything.
Mhm.
One thing that I do find quite useful or interesting about trying stuff is that you then start to spot patterns of other people. It like makes you more aware of like what's possible with these various things. So then when you see other things, you're just like, that's this, or like, oh, that person's clearly done X, Y, Z, or they've used AI in this, whatever. It like makes you more adept at spotting these things. I find, which is like I find it quite useful. Like people show me stuff, like my IRL friends or family or whatever, and I'm just like, that's obviously AI. Like it's
Mhm.
really really obvious because of this pattern or that pattern. And I quite like sort of being in it in some ways to like
Mhm.
then be able to spot it. Like I feel like it's sort of almost like a bit of a firewall against getting
Mhm.
duped yourself a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
impossible not to sometimes get duped by this stuff, but like
Yeah.
if you're like actively like part of it, then you can kind of like you recognize it more readily than if you're like not involved, because otherwise you don't know the patterns, you're not seeing them enough, and
Yeah,
it's
that
hard to
makes
know.
sense.
So anyway, so yeah, so that was kind of the reason. But yeah, now I'm just like, oh, well, why not? I think it was because I posted a bunch of stuff around the wipe, and then I was looking, I was like, oh no, I saw a tweet from Talkie actually, and he said exactly the same thing. So he was like, I'm trying to get monetized on X, but I don't have enough premium followers, and I was like, I wonder how many. And I had to look at the thing, and it's like, oh, you basically need to get 50,000 impressions a day. And I was like, that surely isn't that hard. So I like gave it a try for a week, and I was like, oh, it actually isn't that hard. But then the biggest problem is this like followers thing. So you need the 500 verified followers. Otherwise, you can't do it. Even then, I think the monetization sucks, as far as I can tell. It seems like worse than YouTube Shorts even. So I don't know, but like you never know. Like it's fun to try this stuff sometimes, and it's sort of a bit of a like side quest in the game that is content creation. It's just like, why not? I'll
Yeah.
get monetized over there. Why not?
I'm
See what happens.
I'm glad you're enjoying having fun with it.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite fun. You can't take it too seriously, honestly. You could take X way too seriously, and I think
Mhm.
if you just like you have to kind of make you just have to kind of make light of it, I think, and just like not take it too seriously and just like post random crap is pretty much the deal. But like as I said, at least I'm trying to be like either useful or funny or insightful or something, one place or another, or yeah, I don't know, just something that just things that are interesting. So I don't know. We'll see. So I've slowly I think I had 250 verified followers at the start, so I've added like 37. So it's going to be it's a long road, but yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get there eventually. You never know.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just prepping some stuff for next topics.
Yes, go for it. What do you? Yeah. So what's on the list then? You've got a few things on your side. We should move over there now. We've finished talking about how I just camped everybody in Tarkov horribly.
Sorry, I just got ear blasted with an ad. Thank you, YouTube. What'd you say?
I said, what have you got on your side now that we've gone through how I camped everybody horribly in EFT?
Yeah, now that you became the actual villain, Satan
Yeah.
just spawned in Tarkov, guys. New boss, Giga, the final
You
boss.
either die a hero or.
Yeah. So Deadlock got the highly anticipated update. This one, Old Gods, New Blood. So major update. Oh my god, they actually. Oh man, I wish I could show. So they could like completely went crazy style on the base redesigns. And
Is it like totally different game?
I mean, no, it's the same game, but like, I wish man, I don't even know if I could get. I'd have to like pull up a video or something like the
Wait,
before.
Is this in game?
Oh, is this in game? Yeah.
What? Because I mean, I played a little bit of Deadlock, so I know what it looked like before.
Yeah, no, it looks nothing like it is crazy. So like the before they were kind of going with like this subtle theme where like Amber was like kind of like factory industrial looking, and then I don't know, the other one was like kind of similar, or not similar, but very subtly like architecture, Italian, Roman, whatever. And then they just did this update where it's like, so they completely designed the patrons, where previously they were like these just giant balls of like these big faces. Like, I don't know, it's just like, now it's like you got this, I think this guy's called, oh yeah, the Hidden King is like this big shadowy figure. And like, I'm telling, like so you know how they got like the zip lines, right? And you ride them to the lanes.
Yeah.
Well, the middle zip line now goes over and above the base patron, so you got like this freaking, like the ceiling is like, so you're so high in the air just flying above the patron and going.
That's
like
quite cool.
It's crazy. And so yeah, the Hidden Kings for the Amber base, it's looks completely different. Like I can't even, it's amazing. And then Archmother's the other one for Sapphire side, and I really like this one. Like I love orange, and I also like the aesthetic, but like the Sapphire one really caught my eye because it reminds me of like, and I don't play this type of stuff, so you probably would know more than I would, but like World of Warcraft, like Frozen Lich King Throne, whatever. Like it's got like this crypt feeling, and it's got these actual crypts and like jewels on the crypts, and it's got like man, like the art
I'm not a WoW
team.
player either, unfortunately.
You're not? Okay. I thought maybe you played I know you play like, I guess you play like EverQuest stuff.
It looks a
But
bit like Diablo. It
yeah.
reminds me of
It's
the
got that
it
kind
reminds me of the
of,
angels from Diablo 2.
okay. Yeah,
If you look
probably.
them up, you'll see what I mean. If you look up like Tyrael from Diablo 2, it'll look the same.
Um
Oh, even the creeps are cool.
yeah, the new creeps design, I'm trying to think.
It is a lot more Dota-like, right? Sort of Radiant versus Dire. It's like very similar, actually, in many ways.
I mean, they kind of had that, but it was very like placeholder. Like you had like candle creeps, and they were just like a reskin. Now they got like these unique kind of variants or whatever. Yeah, man, I wish I had more screen. I wish I had like footage, because it's actually crazy because they also redesigned the UI in game as well. And like at first I kind of hated it because it was just like, I think it was just like sensory overload. It's like a little bit, but like, man, just like their art team is so good. It feels like the game has like way more of an identity now. Like they got this cool font. You can kind of see here actually. When you like press an ability, and the ability's got like a channel time. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like comic booky. And then there's like this, right? So when you're fighting the patron, trying to take down the patron, like siege the base. It's got this cool, like edgy X slashes background for like the health bar. Like I don't know, it's just something about the art direction they're going. I'm really digging it.
Weirdly, it
But
kind of reminds me of like League and like Arcane.
hmm.
More so bizarrely, given that
Yeah,
they're, you know,
I could see Arcane a little bit. Yeah, like Jinx and that kind of aesthetic.
yeah, the character style, like because it's sort of the animation, like the sort of the just the styling.
Yeah, not like the
Which
color,
is
but
it's
like
kind of
the
ironic, given it's like, you know, the competitor to Dota. It's like, you know,
yeah. I mean, I
quite
never played League, so I don't know what it looks like in game, but Arcane Jinx, I can see that for sure.
fun. Mm.
Um, but yeah.
So when did this come out?
Um, Thursday, last Thursday.
Oh, okay, so you've been able to play a bit then.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to play the day of because I was just like so sick. Like I basically
Yeah.
slept. I like slept the entire day on and off. Like it was just like I'm out of commission. But the one of the major things they did, they added a new game mode, which is called Street Brawl. And this is essentially like ARAM, like it's 4v4. You all go down a lane, you just brawl, there's no economy. But they introduced this kind of like roguelike element. If I can find the slide. Um where at the beginning of the round you get to choose between 3 different items, and it'll give you that choice, or give you 3 different choices 3 times each round. And there's
Okay.
like a you play like a best of 3 basically. Um and you know you one lane you the goal is to take down their tower, and best of 3 wins, and you play each round you play a different lane because there's 3 lanes. It's pretty a lot of threes going on. But you get 1 reroll. But the other thing is like there's a chance for you to get like a quote unquote rare items, like a higher valued item. And then you can also get an enhanced item where like essentially the stats are like boosted. And then there's a chance for you to get like a legendary item, which is like basically they let Hippo? I don't know. One of the well, I say this person, presumably one of the Risk of Rain devs, because it feels very much like similar to that style of game,
Mhm.
sort of like roguelikey. And it's just like the most broken OP stuff. Giga. Like there's one called like a shrink ray, which like shrinks the enemy, and I think it like makes them do less damage, and they're just like their character model is like super tiny, but they're just like there's another where you basically become invulnerable and you shoot like 5 laser beams out spinning around. And so you're like E shifted, and you're just like laser beaming for like crazy damage, and it's just insane stuff. Like you can like global purge your team, like the most
That's quite
broken
cool.
things. It's really fun. I mean sometimes you pick a character where like you really want a certain stat like fire rate, and you're just getting 0 fire rate items, and it sucks so
Mm.
much. But it's a really fun mode actually. I wasn't sure how if I was gonna like this type of thing or not, but I played a decent amount of it. It was pretty fun. So I really like this because one of the big problems I think for Deadlock in general, probably in the future, is like onboarding players, because MOBAs I feel like are already kind of hard, and then you add on the layer of like a
Yeah.
Valve shooter mechanics onto it, which you got like
Mhm.
strafing and air dashes, and all the weird like Quake source engine stuff going on. So I feel like this is gonna be a good way to get people more acclimated to the game in like a very relaxed environment where you can just kind of like play and have lots of fun with like goofy stuff. And
Mm.
at the same time, you're like learning the fun, like the basics, like what does my abilities do? What does the
Yeah.
enemy's abilities do? So I'm really, unfortunately though, I fear that the split in the player bases made the quality of my actual games kind of lower because it's like the matchmaker. If there's like less people, it feels like it doesn't take as like takes the same amount of time, but like the skill gap is wider. It feels like, but
Yeah.
who knows? All that stuff is whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I'm really like I feel like we're getting pretty close to like open beta here because like the level of polish the game's at right now, like it looks really good. Like we got so spoiled because not just like all the fancy artwork stuff and the new game mode, but then they got new heroes coming out. So they're kind of doing this thing. Last major update they did like this. They had a system where you could vote for heroes
Right.
and you would unlock, it's like a community thing. You play a game,
Yeah.
you win
Yeah.
a match, you get a vote, and your first win, you get like a bunch of votes to cast for the day. And but this time around, they're spacing out the releases a bit more. I think it was like over the course of 2 weeks the first time around. Now they're doing like 3 weeks instead. So it's going to be 2 heroes a week, and I think
Okay.
prior was like 3.
That's-
And we already got the first one, Rim, which was this little guy. There's a bit of a. It's funny. So there's 3 different. I don't know. Kind of 3 different main contender. Really 2. It was Rim, this little like sleepy guy. There's like a little guy. I don't know, a little black creature in like a purple pajamas. He's got a pillow. Looks cute. Obviously, a lot of people are gonna
Is
vote
it
for
like a
the cute
wizard or something?
character. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really know what you. He's just a little sleepy guy. You know what I mean? He's just a little sleepy guy, Giga. uh, but yeah, I don't know, he's like a kid or something. He
Okay.
has like kind of kiddish voice lines. But he was the first. He's support, kind of cool. You can like teleport to characters and like sleep on them and heal them. And then he
Hmm.
has little minions. And these minions are wild because you can send them to like heal people, and you can put them on creeps to give them like damage resist and healing over time, which like in of itself is kind of insane because you can like throw it on your heal creep and the enemy's trying to like kill your heal creep level 1 and your creep's just like invulnerable. It's so funny. But then he's because he's so tiny, one of the new things they did in this update, they added these little like vents, and the only character that could fit into it was Calico, this like assassin lady that can like transform into a cat. So like a little cat
Right.
could fit in and go through these tunnel sewer systems, and presumably people are like, oh yeah, Shirley Rim could go in, and sure enough, I mean his character model is so tiny. He's got a big head, like it's kind of easy to like headshot, but he's just this annoying little guy. And his ultimate, he like jumps up in the sky and shines his big old eyes at you, and if you're caught in the ray, you like go to sleep, and it can pierce through walls too. It's just super annoying.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a pretty annoying guy, but yeah, I'm super excited. It was funny because people were basically it was between 2 different heroes. People were debating on who was going to be the first one, which was Rim or Silver, which is like this wolf lady, and just like I was watching the stream, and then someone's like, "Hey, what about Ventilator?" This like priest-looking guy with like a crossbow, and he actually looks pretty cool. I was looking at his design. He's got some like Catholic influences. He's got like a rosemary bead, and he's got like all these
Okay.
stakes, crossbow. He's got like a gun with like a like Roman Catholic candle thing for like a grenade launcher. Like I don't really know what I'm saying, but it was just like, wait, this guy looks kind of cool now. Look at him. But he was like, yeah, nobody cares about that character. It's like in between Rim, and then you got all the furries going after Silver because she's a wolf lady. And it's like, right, type 1 if you're gonna vote for ventilator. Like, nobody really typed much. He was like, now type awooga if you're voting for silver, and the chat was just going crazy. Like, ow, ow, it's so funny. So yeah, I'm hoping Wolf Lady makes it in this next, I think, Thursday. And then yeah, let's see about the others. I mean, there's a lot of cool looking stuff. It's just like we're eating so good in Deadlock right now. It's like,
That's pretty good. I actually played a game of Dota 2 last night.
oh, did you?
Shock horror. I know. We actually played 2 games. We lost both of them. But
Did
it's
you have
like
fun though?
as it's just it was actually okay. Yeah, we are just
Yeah.
like trying to. It was like what I said last time. I think we were just like trying to get together a bit more. And
Yeah, I remember.
someone was
Yeah.
just like, "Hey, like we should just play," and we're like, "Okay." And I was just like, "I'm supposed to be streaming, but also well, whatever. I guess I'll play this instead." I was like doing other stuff on the PC, so I couldn't really stream anyway. But yeah, it's funny. Like as is tradition, like every time I come back, I look back at Dota Buff. I was like, "Oh, the last time I played was 6 months ago for one game, and then the last time I played before that was like 11 months ago for like one game." And it's like as is tradition, I load up the game. I'm just like, "Oh, there's a new hero. Okay." So it's like always the way, but there's still. I
It's kind
mean,
of
yeah,
nice
Dota
though.
2's like the map's the same. It's like the
Mm.
same as when I played like last time. I was just like, oh dear, this must be in like a bit of a stale period. It must be like apparently they've adjusted it a bit, but like not that I could tell. But yeah, it's quite funny every time we join. I'm just like, oh, there's another hero. It's like inevitably, like because I play like once a year.
Mm.
We're like teasing a friend because they played Queen of Pain, and they always lose every time we play. Their win rate is literally 9%.
Oh my
And
god,
I know.
no.
We're just like, you literally are never allowed to play this hero again. Like, it's terrible. And I was like, how many times have you actually won? It was just like 2. I was like, like genuinely, like it's been so long. It genuinely was like, like not even exaggerating. It probably was decades ago when you last won with this hero. Like,
Oh
it was probably
no.
prior to 2016. Let's be honest. Like,
I mean, man, they must
like
really
actually
like the
insane.
hero or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're only talking like 20 games or 21 games or something in total. But yeah,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
we're just like, yeah, okay, just like banned forever now. That's it.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's funny.
9% win rate.
Funny.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. Over like a decent sample too, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I
like
think at that
the
point you just like you don't even want to play the character, but I guess they just like that's their main, huh? One day they're gonna get that
it's like
number
after
up.
every 6 months they think like, oh, yeah, maybe maybe today's the day we can break the
Break the curse.
the curse
Yeah.
of the co-op. Yeah,
It's funny.
yep.
So you were a PlayStation kid, yeah?
Yes.
Did you
I
ever?
didn't have that many games though, because like back in the day, people didn't have that many games.
Yeah.
I did play. Did I? I think I might have had a demo of Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that
I
definitely
don't think I played the actual game, but I have played it.
Did you play Jack and Daxter? I think you did, didn't you?
Again, I think I played a little bit. Like
Okay.
I've played a bit of it.
I remember playing 2. I think because like we rented it or something. I was able to play that a little bit. That game was weird. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Ratchet and Clank. Hang on, I got freaking YouTube ads. I'm gonna pull up the other browser so I don't get YouTube ads. It's like, bro, I can't stay.
It's a lot.
These YouTube ads keep getting on my nerves sometimes. Okay. I heckin' played the crap out of the Ratchet and Clank games. Like, I don't even know if I played
There's a
any
lot
of
of
the.
them.
Yeah, well, like, because there was the trilogy on the PS2, and I remember playing the first one, and I played that game a lot, and then the second one played a lot, and the third one, and like, I mean, these games came out, I think, like a year apart from each other, which is definitely crazy, and it kind of shows in retrospect. But man, I really loved the first game a lot. So recently, I went and set up an emulator, and started playing these games because I like pull up on my YouTube and I was like, oh, Ratchet and Clank, I remember that, and watch the stuff. I was like, huh. And it's like, okay, watch a few review videos. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, was this game actually like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of need to I kind of want to go back and play these things. So I went and played the first one, and it's like, man, I really heckin' like this game a lot, Giga. Like, it's not, it's clunky. It's so interesting because everything is like in a capsule of its own time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like you really have to like go back to 2002 or 2004 or whenever 2000s it was, and like really appreciate what we had back then. And it's like crazy to think
Mm.
about too, because at that time, PlayStation 2 was like kind of groundbreaking, technologically speaking, and like also as like a consumer product. Because like going from the previous gen, like Crash Bandicoot, to like this, like graphically speaking, like they were both
That was crazy,
3D.
right?
Yeah, I mean they were both 3D, but like I mean the polygon count is like very different, you know.
Yeah, it was like
And
such a step. Like, you think back, it's just like, you had like, and to be fair, actually, the PlayStation 1 went through like weird iterations, right? It was like
mm,
very basic when it first came through because people couldn't use the hardware to its full. And you had like Final Fantasy 7, because that's like the best, the games that I know the most. So you have Final Fantasy 7 at the beginning of like the PSX era. And then you have like Final Fantasy 9 at the end of the PS era, which is like fine. And then PS2 came out, and then you end up with something like Final Fantasy 10, which is just like, it's like night and day. It's like
yeah,
huge in graphical fidelity between the two.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And I was watching a little bit about the PlayStation 2's design and how like
It's weird.
yeah, it is weird. This emotion engine, like what are we talking about here? And they're
Because
like,
it's got like 7 CPUs or something, and like
yeah,
one central work CPU. That's why it's so hard to emulate, it turns out. Because I remember reading about this years ago,
yeah,
and I was trying to emulate PS2, being like, why aren't there any emulators? And all the people on the forums just being like, it's a freaking nightmare. Like, the architecture of this thing is unlike anything else. Like, the PlayStation 1 is pretty simple, so you can just like do usual stuff. Whereas the PS2's got like 7 like periphery work CPUs that gets delivered work by the centralized CPU in the middle that actually just like doesn't do anything other than distribute work. Like, it's a really odd architecture.
and
I don't know
everything has
exactly
to
why
run
it took that
in
back then, but
parallel as well, which
yeah, so
is
it's
like
like a nightmare to like emulate.
yeah, it's a very interesting. I was watching someone talk about it, and the basic takeaway was like it maybe was a bit ahead of its time, but like it put a lot of work on the developer to really,
Mm.
and you could see the evolution if you go from like early PS2 games to like late PS2 games, you can kind of see the evolution there. But it's cool piece of history. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, I really like this game because it's also unique too. Because growing up, you played a game like Crash Bandicoot. I remember playing that at like my cousin's house, and
Mm.
then now I have my own PS2 and I'm playing heckin' Ratchet and Clank, and it's like a platformer, but now we're adding like third person shooter mechanics and guns and like weird stuff to it, and it's like it's really I don't know, just like the evolution of this stuff is just like super fascinating. Looking back, of course, with like retrospective, it's always fun.
It's always
Uh
slightly scary though to like open up these games and like crack them out of the vault and like
yeah.
shine them under the piercing light of
For real.
2026.
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
real.
oh, is this gonna be good, or is this actually gonna be, it's proper trash? When you look back, you're like, oh no, it was all nostalgia. You like pierce the veil of nostalgia and just go, oh no, there's only garbage underneath. Like, I'm so sad. You know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not in this case, I guess.
Uh I definitely think there is a bit of nostalgia, but it's so hard to tell. It's like I feel like I need to take like my younger brother and be like, well, he's played some of the Ratchet games, so I know he likes them, but like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? I need to take like a kid who's like playing like Temple Runner now and be like, okay, I know you like this, but like try this and give me your honest feedback, and you know what I mean? But like, don't be cringe about it. Don't be like, this is boring. Where's the where's the loot boxes? Don't be cringe
Yeah.
about it. Just try to be normal.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, I really like this game. Like it's funny because I feel like the parts that I like about it is not what I typically like about a lot of games nowadays. Like I'm usually really big into like mechanics and systems,
Mm.
whereas this, it's like I don't know. It's like it's a little bit about the vibe, but like the story, the music, the art style in a way. Like the gameplay is kind of it's a little rough. Like you can see the vision. So like what they did is like, okay, we're gonna do a little bit of platforming. So like you load up on a level, and maybe you'll have like three different routes, right? So you got like a little exploration, and oftentimes, you know, you may reach the end of a route and you'll get like a new level unlock. You'll get like a little info bot. It'll play a little video, funny little skit. It's like, okay, now you unlock this planet, so you gotta go back to your ship and fly there. And you go there and you're like, okay, well, there's this path, go down this path. Oh, I can't go down this path because I need to get a different type of gadget. I need a slingshot gadget. Well, where am I gonna get a slingshot gadget? Okay, well, whatever. I'll go down a different path and then unlock a planet. Oh, that planet's got the slingshot. Okay, so you got like a little like Metrovania thing going. But it's like when it comes to combat, it's they're like, all right, so we got the platform Metrovania, so let's add this like weird gadgety combat. So like one of the things you got is your basic melee attack with this wrench, and it's serviceable, but then you start out with like a bomb glove and you just like toss bombs. But how you actually, just no lock on, you have like a little reticle and it's like at a fixed
Mm.
distance, but you're like, you're turning this character around, but the camera's like behind you. And so you also got like the camera control, and then you got the character control. So it's kind of a little janky, especially like when you're moving and trying to turn the camera, it doesn't really cooperate. It's clunky. It's like the very early ideas of something like this, because previously there wasn't
Yeah.
anything like this at all. No, like, yes, there's platforms, but not like a combat shooter, third person shooter platform, So it's very like fun to see how they do this stuff. Like there's this one gun, it's like a blaster, and it will like pop up a reticle on targets when it's like going to like auto shoot them,
Hmm.
but you kind of have to be facing them. So you kind of need to like run at them and shoot them, but then they're shooting at you, so you have to like jump and dodge the bullets. Like it's just but and you can enter first person, but now you're like, stuck stationary first person camera. It's just like it's but because the later games they really like innovated on the combat. Or like the sequel, they were like, okay, they kind of started pulling back more on the platforming and other bits and started like scaling up more on the combat. And what they did is they basically made like strafing a core mechanic
Right.
where now you just like hold the R2 button or L2 button and boom, you're locked into strafing, and it makes combat like infinitely so much better. But then one of the reviews I was watching, he was talking about how like in these later games, it's like they focus so much on combat, it really took away from in custom later systems, it took away from like this kind of puzzle solving that you had to do with the first game and sort of the diversification of all the gadgets and weapons you would get. And
Yeah.
you almost had like a toolkit, and it's like, okay, well, what's going to be good for this situation? There was one that was like you basically shot a rocket out. It's called a Visibomb, and then the camera would like change to this like TV green and black scan line of the rocket, and you would pilot the rocket around and like hit the targets, right? And so that's kind of like your long range one. And you had like a rocket launcher. You had like these little um throw out like this glove and a little ball, and these little like minion robots would spawn. And it would just like run and blow up around targets. So you had to like pick and choose what was right for the battle. Whereas the later ones, it was just like you just strafe and shoot and jump and dodge stuff. It was just very use whatever gun you like or use whatever gun you want to like upgrade because
Yeah.
you got like a progression system. And it was just like as I played through them, I was like, man, I just really like this first game so much more. But like at the same time, I have to be honest, it's like the combat isn't great. Like it's clunky, but it's like it's like more recently I've been thinking it's like, man, I really wish someone would like make this game style, but like keep the sort of like fundamentals and not go towards more the
Yeah,
combat stuff. Because obviously the other ones, as I said, they came out a year apart. I mean, they were just like hammered with crunch and like polish was not as good. I mean, back then, game. Have you seen? There's a really fun channel called Ars Technica. I've heard of this. I think they're also
yeah,
like a website as well. Like they're like a
yeah.
traditional, you
I don't
know.
watch this stuff very often, only if it's like on topic. But yeah, I know of them.
Yeah, yeah. They got like a bunch of video game documentaries from like game developers, right? And I was watching a couple of them, and there's like the short 30-minute, really well edited ones, and I was watching some of the unedited ones, and they're like, I mean, some of these guys are just like yapping for like 2 hours. And, like some of them.
Wow.
Did you ever hear about a game called Oddworld for the PlayStation 1?
Oh, Abe's Odyssey, dude. I
Yeah.
played that game.
You
I
did?
love that game.
I need to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
that
I
game.
played Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, really, really, really hard. Really hard.
Really?
Absolutely iconic though. Yeah, really tough. Like without like a guide, it's like I'm not sure what it'd be like now. I played it when I was, man, how old would I have been? I would probably have been about 12,
Mm-hmm.
I think, when I played it. I found it difficult. I wasn't sure. I wasn't entirely sure exactly what to do. I do
Yeah.
remember like looking some stuff up. I never finished it. I did
Mm-hmm.
try. It was tough though. It was tough. It was tough. There was like one of those games where like there's not really any instruction. Like the game sort of hints at what to do, but like it doesn't really tell you. It's like it's got such a cool vibe. It's like very iconic, like iconic sound effects. Even the
Yeah.
little what are they called? Mudderkins, I think, is the race, and they just got like this very specific voice, and you can like say certain things. Hello, okay, okay, bye bye, bye bye, and they got like telepathic, it's like it's so like iconic. All this, I can see it. It's
Yeah.
so yeah, it's so good.
That's
It's so
super
good.
awesome to
I
hear
played a
you
lot of
talk
it.
about it.
That's really good. I actually bought it on Steam. I actually intended to like replay it again, and then I just never ended up having time. But yeah, I played. I think there's a couple, but I played the very first one, Abe's Odyssey. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think it's the very first, but it was the PlayStation version. I think.
Yeah.
Let me see which one was it? Is this the one? Is this the first one? Uh,
Probably. Abe's
Oddworld
Odyssey.
series. I feel like there was an older one. Yeah, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, it was the first one. Yeah. So I just played the very first one on PlayStation,
Mm. Yeah, I think I remember seeing
which
my
was
cousin play this.
1997.
And I was like kind of
Yeah.
scared about half it. I was like, this looks kind of freaky.
Yeah, it's free. I mean, it's a horrible world, right?
Yeah.
It's like awful, like post, you know, end capitalism, like dystopian, like
Hmm.
slavery game, basically,
Yeah.
right? You like break out. But yeah, it's clever. It's a clever little puzzle game. Lots of clever stuff in it. It's very cool.
You
And
need to.
like breaking out of the factory and stuff. Neat, but yeah, it's hard. Would say it's hard. So the old school, it's like right. It's like right on that line of like when old games were just like always just impossible by
Oh
definition.
my god,
There
yeah,
was
the
no
Lion
difficulty,
King.
and they were just impossible right from the word go. Like just always.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit. It's sort of kept that level of like difficulty, but it's long as well. I think that's partly the issue. It's like it's really really long. You have to try so many different things. It's a little bit like I reference it occasionally. It's a little bit I want to be the guy, a little bit every now and
Mm.
then. It's like one of those games where you just have to like iterate a million trillion times before, because like, oh, I walk here and then I blow up on this thing. And then there's also like quite a lot of just like timing jumps and stuff like this, where like you're like being chased by stuff. You have to like do timing jumps at certain times, and then if you don't do it the right, then you die. You have to start again. You have to like do it again and again and again and again. It's like almost a bit Souls like actually in some ways, like way before that was a thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's super
It's clever though.
cool.
It's clever game.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
need to.
what made you? Where did you hear about it? Like, what kind
Ars
of made you bring it
Technica.
up?
You need to watch the guy that was like the game director for it. You need to watch it.
Mm,
He is.
okay.
When I watched it, I'm just like, either this guy is completely full of shit, or he's like some like I don't know, or he's like the real deal. Like he is like I'm telling you, Giga, he's just like because he's got this like I don't know if it's a New York accent, but he's got this certain like you know speakeasy like street
Okay.
salesman talk to it, and it's
Right.
just like I can't tell if this guy is like has made the greatest game of like the past couple of, like the past 2 decades, or like if he's just like completely full of shit. Like he's that good of like, you know what I mean? But and he's like
Yeah.
but he's a really genuine guy too. So it's like I don't know, it's super interesting. So like yeah, I want to play the game, and it's like and it's I'm telling you, it's like this guy is like not like he wanted to be a movie director basically
Oh,
in the Hollywood. Like he wanted
okay.
to be in showbiz. So like he's just like it's so funny to hear him talk. So yeah, you
It's
definitely need to
literally
check
like
that out.
£2, Abe's Odyssey. It's like super cheap
Yeah.
on Steam. I've just looked it up. Like,
Yeah, I think he's are working on something. I don't know. I couldn't quite keep up with the.
okay.
I'm pretty sure they're working on like like the final chapter, because there was like a sequel which was like a spin-off, and then I think a little bit later they were able to do, because it's supposed to be a 3 chapter series, but yeah. Anyways,
Mm.
that's so cool that you played this, because I have not played this at all, and now I want to try it. And so hearing
I
your
think
like
this would stand
glowing,
up though as
yeah. See, that's the
well
thing is like I want to know if it stands up. Yeah.
because it's like basically a 2D platformer with like occasional like pseudo 3D to it.
Mm-hmm.
It like doesn't really age. It ages much better. These types of games age much better than like the 3D worlds do, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. Just because like they're locked in their kind of in their aesthetic, and they're not really making games like that now. So like to go
Yeah.
through from one place to another, typically you'll like walk because it's a side scroller, right? So you walk to a door, and then you press up and you go in it, and then the next level loads. You walk out of another door. So it's of a very particular type.
Yeah.
It's like very specific, like gameplay style. It's like, yeah, you can like mind trade. I think they're called the sligs, the enemies at the beginning, and they're
Mm.
like the guards with the gun. They're like stupid, but you can like mind control them. You can, and then you can use the gun to shoot the other ones and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like it's yeah, and you accidentally kill your own people though by accident all the time. There's like a counter, and it's just yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
That's fucking
It's good gaming.
fun.
Mm.
Yeah. No, you make a good point, because yeah, it is. It's also not trying to be realistic. If you
Yeah,
play a game from like the 2000s, 2010, that's like trying to be ultra realistic graphics, high fidelity, it's like you look at it now, it's like this is laughable, compared to what we have
yeah.
now.
Well, I mean, this is what it looks like. What you've got on screen now. It's like the
Yeah,
actual game. So
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try to give it a go here. I want to play the Jack games though, because I've watched a couple of videos about those, so I'm like interested in how that holds up. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Retro gaming, I like. It's hard because you gotta part of it, I think, is nostalgia, but also it's just like they don't really make games like they used to, like literally speaking.
Mm.
It's just like the every a lot. So many things have changed. The technology's changed, the industry changed, the business has changed, the consumers have changed. Because in some ways, like I remember playing PlayStation games, and it's like you had, Crash was like kid friendly, and then as you grew up, it felt like the games around you were growing up, like they started getting more
Yeah.
edgier. Like you could see that a lot with Jack, because Jack 1, he's like this weird looking elf guy, just this little kid. And then Jack 2, he's like, I'm all edgy. I got a gun now, and I can turn into Dark Jack. I'm all evil looking. We got an edge now. It's just like I don't know.
Mm.
It's interesting
Yeah.
time and
You only get this
place.
kind of thing out of like the indie guys, right? Like making random games. Like there are, the last what was that? Noita that I played, that like side scroller wizards thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's like 2D kind of deal. And I guess you have like Terraria and stuff like that. So, but yeah, but the platformer thing's not really in vogue. I wouldn't have thought it's like kind of done to death because it's like the old style. So I guess people are like iterating on that and doing different things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard. There is one platformer game that and it's got a lot of good reviews. I think it's just a really well done modern platformer game that captures that sort of like essence.
Mm.
I think it's called. what was it? I had Little Big.
Little Big Planet?
No, something catch. Let me see demos.
Okay.
I think it's like the Big Catch or something.
Oh.
Uh, I can't find it. That's so annoying. Oh, the Big Catch. Yeah, the Big Catch. That is it. The Big Catch. I have that on my list to play. But anyways, yeah. All right, let's wrap this up with Fallout 2. So Giga has not seen the Fallout Season 2, so we're not gonna talk about any Season 2 stuff. But if you haven't seen Season 1 spoilers probably. And
Maybe. I can't really. This is always my issue with these things, right? I can't really remember. It was a while. Like, when did that air?
I
Like,
know
it was a while ago, right?
it was
Fallout Season 1.
2024, was it?
God, it's like 2 years ago. I can't remember what I had for breakfast last week. Never mind, like the Fallout. I remember bits of it, and we talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit before. Like, I didn't really play. I've not really played Fallout. Like, I've dabbled a little bit with one of them. I think maybe Fallout 4. I think I can't remember. I don't know. But I've played less. I would say I've played less than like 3 hours of Fallout in total. So I really don't know. Everything I know about the show is really just either from like cultural osmosis or from the show itself.
Which is super interesting because I have that plus a little, like, a decent amount of Fallout New Vegas lore, which is like one, Fallout iteration. Because then you got the original Fallout games, which then you get the Bethesda Fallout games, and but they all kind of like share a universal lore. But yeah, so it's interesting. I'd be interested to hear your perspective because some of the stuff for me is like, oh, I recognize that name drop. Like Shady Sands,
Mm,
like that's from Fallout 1. Even though I never played the game, I just know from like YouTube videos. That's, like where it all happened, basically. So some of the stuff is like really cool to see, you know. Um, but I thought in general, I was really surprised how well the show was, like in writing and like characters, and like you have all these different character stories. You got the Brotherhood guy. What's his name?
yeah.
I don't even know his name. That's so annoying. Anyways, you got him who starts out as like just a lackey who gets like bullied, and then he's with this, big,
Knight
uh,
kind of dude.
yeah, and he gets like mauled by a bear, and he basically just like because he gets like mistreated by, his like lord. Because I think he's like, what's his name, like Simon or something. He's like, whatever you want me to do, my Lord Simon or whatever. And he's like, so he lets him die. And he like takes over the suit, and he like takes on the character of this. And but like his character, I thought was like really well done because he's like, I don't know, he's like kind of relatable, but also just like funny because you're in this like post-apocalyptic world where you know society is just completely gone to crap, and then within his own little microcosm of the world is like these like techno priests essentially. Like they're like super
Yeah.
religious with like technology, and they're gonna like save the world or something, and they got like these super power armor suits that are like kind of badass. And then you got the vault dwellers, which they're like
Yeah, who are super interesting because they're like really naive.
yeah, they're like super naive. They think like, if they just like follow the rules, like they have like these black and white rules, almost like the golden rule. And so like if anything falls outside of that, they like freak out and panic. So like when I think in season 1, like one of the vaults turns out was like taken over by like raiders from like topside, from like outsiders or something. And so they're like they don't know
Yeah.
what to do, and they're like, should we kill these people or not? Like we can't kill people, that goes against our ethics. It's like we're a high standing moral people. It's like I was just genuinely surprised at how, because it feels like with a lot of this material, things that go from like video games to the big screen, or big screen to video games. Usually it's not always the greatest, but I thought this was really well done.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember enjoying it at the time. Again, I can't remember. Like, I'm almost tempted to watch the first set again.
I wish I
I
did.
think did I do that? Did I do that last time? What did I do that with last time? I don't remember what it was. It was something that I watched the second season of anyway, and I rewatched the first season because I just
Hmm.
couldn't remember properly what had happened.
I would definitely recommend that because I'm currently watching the sixth season, and there's so many details that like I I don't remember what happened in the first season, so I'm missing out on
yeah,
so much. So yeah, I would definitely do that.
yeah. So I'm going to try and do. I think I'm also going to get it slightly confused with the Silo as well. I don't know whether you've seen the Silo,
No, what's
but
the silo?
the Silo is really good. The Silo is another TV show. It's on Apple TV,
Okay.
and that's got 2 seasons. It's not finished. I don't know when the next one's coming, but that's really good. It's sort of similar in some ways. It's like people living in a vault type thing, but they don't know like what happened or why they're there. That's really good. It's like a critique on society in
Okay.
many ways, and about like society, about I guess like dictator style. It's a bit sort of 1984 George Orwell-y a bit as
Mhm, mhm.
well. It's about
Okay.
like, but it's really interesting and really cool, and it's got some really cool characters. It's really good, and it's like gritty and like feels like it's not funny. Like, because Fallout's quite funny. Fallout's got that
Yeah.
sort of like almost farcical, like people in over their head, like comedy element to it to kind of lighten what could be a very serious world otherwise. And I don't know whether that aligns with the games. I'm not sure, but
It does,
the
yeah.
silo's but the silo's very serious,
Mm.
so it's less fun than Fallout, but it's like definitely more thought provoking for sure. So if you like
Hmm.
post apocalyptic stuff, the Silo is really good. It's one of my favorite shows I've watched recently. It was really good. I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. So that's what made me think about it. I couldn't remember if that was the one that I'd rewatched the first set, because again, there's like different characters and different people, lots of different like competing interests and stuff in there. Like nobody's. It's one. I like those shows where and Fallout's a bit like that actually. They've managed to do that interesting thing where like nobody's like necessarily good or evil. Everyone's just kind of like working off their own agenda,
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
not really a clear divide, and there's conflict that comes because of competing interests or competing. Uh, yeah, just like yeah, exactly that competing interest. Like they've got the different characters have different agendas. They want to do different stuff, which ends up putting them in conflict. And
Mhm.
Silo's very much like that, where it's like no one's necessarily bad per se. They've all got different ideas of like the way things should be done, or they're at different. They're in like different tiers of like the power hierarchy or whatever, and end up clashing because of that. Or yeah, it's very cool, and it's full of mystery as well. I feel like the Fallout has got less mystery,
Yeah.
and it's more like the experience of going through it all. Whereas like the Silo is very mysterious, which is
Okay.
very cool.
There's
It's
like a
good. I
big
definitely recommend
mystery
Silo.
plot, like
Well, the
thread.
main big mystery is brought like overarching the whole thing is just like why are they there? Like
Mm.
sort of the idea behind the whole thing is that they can't go out because something happened above the surface. But like that information was there. I think their sort of modern history is like I think it's something around 200 years of history, and before that, there's no information,
Oh.
at least as far as the people know, like the ordinary people. And so, but they don't, but they know, and there's a serious set of rules. They're not allowed to go out, etc., etc. So it's very mysterious. It's just like, what actually happened? Like, why aren't we trying to investigate? It's like, yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting,
I'm
but
about to
that's
give
not
that a
finished yet. So
watch.
I don't know what. Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's good. I'd like to hear your take on that because it's good. It's good. But yeah, it's sort of
Okay.
I'm gonna have to rewatch Fallout so I don't end up getting it confused because it's sort of similar because it's sort of like people living at like society living underground
Oh,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah. Yeah.
And I think I could probably watch the next season of the Silo without being confused. But I think because Fallout was like I think I watched that before any of the Silo. I think I'm gonna get them mixed up, so it'd be good to remind myself about it. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, well, I'll have to watch it. I forgot. I didn't realize it was out. I think we talked about this just before the cast that the penultimate episode for the season is
Yeah,
coming out today, which is Thursday, no, Tuesday the 27th, which is the day we're recording this, and then the final episode is going to be the third. So given that there's 8, I think, in the
sounds right.
season, means that I could probably start watching it now,
Yeah,
and I probably won't have caught up by the time it gets to next week. I wouldn't have thought, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely give it a watch.
well, that's cool. Yeah, now I'm really intrigued about the silo. I'm gonna give that a watch, and we can
Yes,
exchange
yeah, very
different stuff.
compelling.
Yeah,
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 but
that's a
it's
good point
been
because Fallout is kind of more, lighthearted, comedic. I mean, there's stakes,
it's
but
more entertaining.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like the silo. I was like, I was gripped by the silo.
Really?
To be
Okay,
honest with you, like, yeah,
like, see, stuff like that, like, because that's kind of how I was feeling about Pluribus for a bit, here and there. Like,
mm.
it's a little bit of a slow burner, and it's more
Pluribus, I
dramedy.
would say it's more interest. It's more like just generally interesting and just like kind of intriguing.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
silo is just like the silo is like it's much more gripping than Pluribus for me.
Okay,
I liked
okay.
Pluribus. I thought it was good, but the silo,
Yeah.
I think the silo is better. Is my personal take. The Sun is one of the best things I've seen in a while. I'd put it up there alongside things like The Expanse
Mm.
or I don't know, Breaking Bad, other stuff that's like really, really super good. It's like in there, in the top echelon. It's in my S tier of shows for me. It's like my perfect kind of thing.
Did you ever watch Dark on
I
Netflix?
did watch Dark. I did watch Dark.
It's been a long time, but I
It
did
was good.
like yeah, I did like it. I think
I
towards the
kind of got a bit
end.
bored towards the end.
Yeah. It was
There's a bit
really
too
good
much
at the
just
start.
yeah, and it was well thought out, and I think it went on a bit long. I think it could have been a bit shorter, but maybe it's one of those shows that I need to like watch it again. I know it's super deep, but I
Yeah.
also found it quite depressing to watch. It was just quite like it's just quite a depressing universe.
Yeah. Did you watch
But
it? Yeah. Did you watch it in the native what was it, German? I think it was German.
I watched it in German with subtitles. Yeah,
Oh,
it's always the
I
way. If it's a
respect it.
foreign language, you have to
Yeah,
watch it
yeah,
in the
yeah, for
original with
sure.
subtitles.
Ah,
In my
Giga.
opinion.
Fist bump, saying that's
Yeah,
you my guy, man. That's how I feel too. It's like, yeah.
yeah. No,
But
that was good. I would say that's definitely that's either like the sort of bordering on A or B tier for me. I know some people like praise at the altar of dark. I did think it was good, but I think it sort of got in. It almost got too much. It kind of like tripped up on itself a bit
yeah,
towards
yeah, I
the
know
end.
what you mean. I know what you
It's
mean.
like it's fine, and I get it. This is fine, but it needed to be a little bit more streamlined. I think even I was just like, I could probably go and work it all out, but I don't feel necessarily compelled to like go and like draw out a million diagrams of like where all the stuff is. I'm just
Mhm.
like whatever. I'll just watch the ending and like that's fine.
Mm.
I didn't necessarily feel like that satisfied.
Yeah, I think that's
Like
the thing.
it was
It's
fine. Like it
almost
was
like
fine, but yeah,
it built itself up so big, and then the conclusion wasn't satisfying because it.
it's kind of hard to end that.
Yeah, yeah,
Hard to end something like that. Yeah, and it's like the time stuff is always really difficult to do. She's
yeah.
really hard to do well. Probably my favorite time because I went through like a whole like a blast of loads of things like about a year ago, and probably my favorite like time movie was probably Tenet. Actually,
I have not seen that
I don't know
one
if you've
yet.
seen Tenet. That was actually good. Like again, that's not like that's entertainment, but it's like it's high action and whatever. So it's like it's definitely a cool movie. It's not got like the same. It didn't have the same like tension as something like The Silo for me, but like that was a really cool concept. It's like kind of mind bending, but like in a really interesting way. I quite liked
Is
it.
it kind of
You got to
like
like suspend disbelief with all these time things a little bit and give them some creative license. But like they really tried with that. Gave it some proper thought.
it's kind of like James Bond meets sci-fi time thing? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, kind of, yeah. And like there's a bit of military stuff towards the end, so it's quite cool. It's like some sort of army military type things, like big sort of. It's neat. It's neat.
Cool.
I like that one. It's probably my favorite time thing. If you're looking for a time based show that's
Mm.
sort of sensible, like really does try hard to make it work. That
Yeah.
one, and that's like weird as hell. And they've done a really good job actually of like filming it and stuff. Like it's very, I feel like it's very clean. The movie's very clean. It's very very watchable,
Okay.
which is quite nice. I'm not sat there just thinking like, what's happening now? Like I can't quite remember exactly what
Yeah, because I've heard
it is.
mixed things about it, so I've kind of just like stayed away from it because just it's just it's hard for me. Like when it comes to like movies or shows, just like I know you say it's good, but like if I get halfway through it and I'm like disappointed, or I'm not into it, I'm gonna feel
Yeah,
like I just wasted 4 hours or however many hours. It's just like
for sure. I usually only watch stuff once I've seen or heard like a lot of recommendations.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
it's either that or either that or Edge of Tomorrow. Probably my other favorite time one. That one's really
is
cool.
it on Tom
That's
Cruise?
the Yeah, that's the Tom Cruise one. That's actually really good.
Why is it really good? I think you talked about this before, but you have to remind me again.
I think so. Yeah, that one's about that one is basically what we talked about earlier a little bit, which is like it's like the film version of I Want to Be the Guy or like Abe's Odyssey or something where like it's
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
thing every time and you have
Right.
to like try and you get further each time like because it's the same sort of setup. So if you get to like infinite tries at the setup kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say any more, but like that
Okay. Maybe I need to
I,
watch
I
again.
really liked Edge of Tomorrow actually. That was really good.
I have like terrible movie recall. It's like I can't ever remember the plots or like the endings and stuff. Like it's
I'm usually quite bad actually, but like for some of them that really struck a chord, I'm like, oh yeah, that was good.
okay.
It's good though. It means you get to watch it again for the first time.
Yeah, I mean basically, right, yeah. But it's funny because once you start watching it and then it's like stuff like the deep memory
And you're like,
hard
oh
drives start
yeah.
coming to the front. Like,
hmm
and plug
Pull
that one in.
tapes, you know.
Yeah.
The tapes come out of deep offline storage.
Good
Yep.
stuff. All right.
hmm
I think we'll conclude it here with this cast. If you got anything else you want to add, Giga? We'll wrap up.
All good for today. We'll remove random junk to next week if we, yeah, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, nothing compelling for now.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in as always, and we will see you all next week, hopefully.
Catch you later.